art is something that you appreciate and want to learn more about, and perhaps a newbie, this is the video for you. So if you're new here, my name is Warrick. I'm your host on the I Love Fourways show, a community-based podcast show where we interview experts, the go-to people. We seek business owners, people that love what they do what they love, that are great at what they're doing. Today I have the opportunity of interviewing Tyron Selmon, who is an art gallery extraordinaire. Firstly, welcome to the show, Ty. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Warrick. It's really exciting to be here, and it's lovely to be able to talk to your audience about collecting art, enthralled with art, and what the pitfalls are, and where you start, and how you move forward with art.
Ty, who owns numerous art galleries throughout South Africa, which is exactly why I'm so delighted to interview Ty, because I think there's a lot of confusion when it comes to how to choose it, what newbies get wrong. If art is something that you appreciate and want to learn more about, and perhaps a newbie, this is the video for you. Let's start with your journey. Tell us how you started off.
So I kind of fell into the arts. It wasn't something that I started out getting into the arts. I was working in Switzerland for Swiss bankers and started looking at putting educated art into a project that we were working on. I was doing interiors. And
Interior decorating.
Interior design and decorating, yeah. And I was a little perplexed as to who we were as a society, how we were interacting with each other, and what that looked like. So traditional African art has always kind of been Zulus in huts, and contemporary African art has always been over-curated by a lot of the bigger galleries. Printmaking was something that was very traditionally European, but then emerged into South Africa with multiple prints for young emerging black artists in the day. With some unbelievable forerunners in the art industry. And I started to look around and look at auctions and see...
Is this when you were still in Switzerland?
Well, when I'd come back to South Africa and start looking...
What year was that?
2008 to 2010. So I started doing research. I started coming back and going to auctions and looking at stuff. And while I was traveling abroad, I started to realize that nowhere in the world that I've seen do you have access to such educated art as you do in this country. Because our audience is so small, we take for granted that we have access to extremely good artists. The value of something is not to do with the price of something.
That is something I want to deep dive into. A very intriguing conversation. I mean, there's so many questions going off in my head now. It's obviously you have a wealth of information, and I'm going to try to break it down piece by piece. So please bear with me, Ty.
Sure.
You mentioned earlier, just to backtrack a little bit, about art galleries. So you went to art galleries. Like, was it for your intent to, you just personally loved art and you wanted to get into the industry, or buy it for your home, or for clients as an interior decorator?
No, I think I started to do some research. I've always loved art. I've always collected art.
Why to you is art so beautiful? What do you appreciate about it?
I think in South Africa in particular, I think we're a very interesting society. We're very multicultural. You know, I grew up on a farm in the Drakensberg. I went to private school in CBC in Pretoria. I went to public schools. There's a little bit of Zulu in us. There's a little bit of Xhosa in us. There's a little bit of my Jewish heritage. There's a lot of my Afrikaans heritage. So we're a real melting pot. You know, South Africa has 11 different cultures.